So let's do a story time. It's story time, it's story time. Gather all your friends, it's story time, it's story time, it's story time. The only cure for boredom. So let's talk about my vaccine. Dose 1, Covishield. So I realized that at the time of recording, which is 21st May 2021, many of my friends haven't even received the first dose. And it would be a little, what is the word? Like, I don't want to sound basic by saying something stupid, like stupid, but it would be a bit something stupid of me to share my vaccine story when a majority of my friends haven't even gotten the vaccine yet. So I'll still do it though, but yeah, I feel sad. So my dose was on 17th May. That is 5 days from now. Yeah, 5 days. I got the notification on 12th May that vaccines are available in a school here called Loyola School and an Aptus spot. Like on 12th May, the seats for 14th, 15th, 16th May were full, booked 800 seats. And I took the next best thing and booked myself the 17th seat. And my preferred time slot was obviously 9 to 11. So I went at 8 o'clock because that's what you do in Jamshedpur or in anywhere in India, I guess. I don't know. So I reached there around 8:15. I went with my father. My father was in the car. I went there. He was just there, observe me. So I went with my father, and by 8:15, okay, I need to describe the scene there. So this is the main gate of the Loyola School, and to the left of me, which is to the right of the screen, there were a single line for women, and on the right there were how in Durga Puja they barricaded like this, like in a zigzag pattern. Yeah, there was a 3 row zigzag pattern for men, and I got a seat stand at the end of the 3rd row, almost at the end of the 3rd row. So yeah, there were people standing there from 7 a.m. or something. I think the first guy was there at 7 a.m. sharp. Anywho, I reached there at 8, even though my appointment was at 9. Starting was at 9. So, and then I stood there. 5 minutes later, my father called me and said that the place where we had parked was wrong. There were police there, and they said that if we don't remove our car from there, they will bring a tow truck and fines and Amra Gorib, so we couldn't afford it. So what do I do now? My spot will go. So I requested the man behind me to, adjust it. Please keep my spot. And for safety, I even asked the man behind him to keep my spot. So there were 2 people who were in on the little secret. Shh. So after that, I went and parked at the correct place. Parking at the correct place was another pain in the ass because there was no spots left. And anyway, I came back, and thankfully the gates hadn't opened till then, so I could get in easily. Like I could take my spot at least. At 9 sharp, they didn't. I had listened from my friends that even though they say 9, the nurses or the doctors don't arrive till 10:30, and you need to stand there in the sun. In our case, that was not the case, and we went in dot at 9. The volunteers there were amazing. They checked our documents, whatever we had, and we had that secret 4-digit number. The preface, we are getting free vaccine from our Chief Minister, Mr. Hemant Soren. So, and so there was a 4-digit secret code, and those who didn't have the secret code, they were thrown out essentially. So yeah, then we went in, and so apparently Loyola School is the richest school in Jamshedpur, I think. Yeah, looking at their auditorium, I know they are the richest school. And who the fuck has a 5-story auditorium in a school? 5-story, 3-story, I don't know, some story this is. So then we didn't go into the auditorium initially because there was a, I don't know, something like a spectator stand sporting event outside the school, which we in which on which in which through which no on which we had to sit for 5 minutes because the auditorium was getting filled by the first batch. My token number was 140, so they were seating the first 100 people. After that, 5 minutes, not more than 5 minutes. After that, they called us and said, "आप लोग भी जाओ, बैठो, thank you." And then we went there, we sat there. So initially, it was taking some time because I noticed that they were first calling. There were five counters where the vaccines were being given by nurses. So there was a guy who first said that you need to verify on the tables in front of the stage, and on the stage was the vaccination center or the vaccination stalls, as you may. So after that, well, I saw a couple of guys being thrown out of the vaccination center because they were in Jharkhandis, and since effectively the vaccines were being free of charge and free of cost in Jharkhand, so non-Jharkhandis weren't allowed to be given the vaccine. Sad. So yeah, for the first 5 and then 5 to 10, it was like I thought, yeah, I'll be here till 11, 12. But after 10, the speed increased drastically because like I think by 20 minutes my name was called. Like at 9:30, I think I had my vaccine. No, at 10 o'clock I had my vaccine. So yeah, there was some time. Anyhow, so I went on the stage and I said to the nurse, please देखिए ना, मतलब लगता है I'm a sensitive child. So she said, don't worry. So even though she said don't worry, I closed my eyes like this before taking the vaccine. At first I thought, had she even given the vaccine, I didn't feel anything. But then I moved my arm and I thought कि हाँ नहीं वैक्सीन लग गया. तो फिर they kept us for 20 more minutes. The first they verified our details again, and then once more, in case there's a fraud. And then we were monitored for 20 minutes. We had to sit there for 20 minutes where we were monitored. After the after being monitored for 20 minutes, we were told, our names were being called कि आप लोग जा सकते हो. And by 10:10, I was out of there. My father was waiting. We had an ice cream after that, and everything was hunky dory. I can't speak this language, can I? I'm Manglai Thikachi. So yeah, that's story time part 1. As if there will be any more parts. Chalo then. Oh, I think it stopped raining. Oh, it stopped raining. Yay! Bye.